It's Friday, that means thinking caps on to forecast the world's most unpredictable division. Let's get into my championship predictions. Right, let's do this. And you've got a Friday night deadline with the TV game this week. So get those comments full of your predictions and thoughts ahead of Championship Round 20. Sheffield United versus Burnley. Juicy, first versus third. And Burnley can put a serious points gap between themselves and United pre-World Cup. Despite their poor run, the Blades still only have a single home defeat. But Burnley are on a 6 wins out of 7 tear at the moment. Burnley winning would make them hot favourites for the title. But let's start this one with a big call. In the end of this Burnley undefeated streak, I'll go with Sheffield United. Home! Blackburn v Huddersfield. I'm going to override my normal Blackburn's numbers a quirky speech with the fact that they're playing at home to bottom of the table side Huddersfield Town. Mark Fotheringham is at 8 points from 8 games, but given what went down before he arrived, that needs speeding up pretty promptly. Huddersfield's away record is the worst in the division. It's awful, actually. 2 points from 7 games. Blackburn, they bang the points out at Ewood. Seems very straightforward, doesn't it? Home! QPR versus West Brom. Little drop from QPR over the last 2. No goals and just a single point, although they were on the road for both games. Back home for the visit of West Brom, who now have 3 championship wins, all in different months, all under different managers. Willock Watch says he returned from the bench at Norwich. That always plays well for Rangers. I'm just wondering, though, whether some Corberon confidence, defensive-minded solidity might see the Baggies grind out a point. Draw! That's the top 4 all covered. Make sure you give us a like down there. Hit the thumbs up. Support the channel as we head to Rotherham versus Norwich. Norwich could round out a 7-point week with a win at Rotherham, with the Millers hoping to avoid a 0-point week. I'm a bit worried actually about the trend here for Rotherham. Yes, they've won twice under Matt Taylor, but that win at Stoke did feel a bit smash and grabby, didn't it? Norwich can be a little bit overly methodical under Dean Smith, but I'm thinking if they put on a decent defensive show, they can get the win in this one. Away! Watford versus Coventry. 2 sides here, both in good form going into this one. Watford, 4 wins in 5. Coventry, 5 wins in 8. Good to see Callum O'Hare back for the Sky Blues. They've gone a little bit defensive, understandably so given their league position, but his quality will change that. On paper, as with most matchups, Watford have the edge, of course. I just see Coventry as a bit of a tough, sturdy opponent since they got over that weird, disrupted start. Do you know, I think they might get a point here. Draw! Swansea versus Wigan. Was that Swansea run a flash in the pan? They'd won 7 in 9, but only 1 point and 1 goal in their last 2. I personally think they will be back, and sorry Wigan fans, but this is a good opponent at the moment to face. Wigan went 8th on the 13th of September. 8 defeats in 10 since then, and they're now down in the relegation zone. I don't see the rot stopping in Wales, so I'm afraid, Wigan fans, I'm on the Swans. Home! We are halfway there, and if you didn't already know, I am on Patreon. These videos, of course, will always be free here on YouTube, but if you did feel like supporting financially, you can join a great bunch of friends over there. I'll pop my scripts and columns in exclusively on Patreon before they go out, and we love our Q&As and round tables where you can chat with me and the other members each month. I wouldn't have got past all the lockdowns without the support of the Patreons, and our continued growth relies on that support. That's www.patreon.com Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Reading versus Preston. This one is your Friday night TV game, with Preston now possibly taking over Reading's role as a playoff challenger. I don't know, you tell me. 1 win in 7 now for the Royals, but they're still right up there for home points. Preston shooting for a possible 9-point week. Got 5 wins in 8 on a nice run. Let's try and preempt a thriller here. I think if this one is won, it'll probably be only a 1-0 either way. I personally am down the middle, I'm afraid. Draw! Millwall versus Hull. Okay, we've got Liam Rossini taking over the Tigers to the Lions' den. It's all going to get too partridge if I go down that road, isn't it? Anyway, slow week for Millwall. No goals and just a single point for said Lions. I'd imagine around recovery and travel, new Hull boss Rossini has probably only had 1 day on the training pitch for strategy, philosophy, etc. and his new players. With that being said, I would therefore make Millwall favourites for what would be a 5th straight win at the Den. Home! Blackpool versus Luton. Struggling to get a strong read on this one, guys. Luton haven't quite yet recovered from that Watford drubbing, although that is still their only defeat in the last 10 games. Durable as hell, Luton. Blackpool, they've had a few sort of terrific Jerry Yates-inspired results, but does feel a bit sporadic and inconsistent, and certainly not to the point where you would confidently back them in a game against Luton. The natural order of things would normally have Luton as favourites. I don't know, I'm not massively confident. I will go with the Hatters, though, for this one. Away! 3 more to go, and if you haven't already, here is your very poetic reminder. 25,000 in the tribe. Please ring the bell and hit subscribe. It really does mean a great deal. Thank you to all of you who already have subscribed as we go off to Sunderland versus Cardiff. Right, a Sunderland back now. 4 points so far this week. Another entry into their collection of excellent goals this season. And finally, they seem to have some striking options too. Cardiff are now on a run of 4 defeats in 5, and it was just a 1-0 home win over Rotherham breaking up that run as well. The vast majority of the Bluebirds' wins this season have come in Wales. I think it's pointing towards Sunderland for me. Home! Stoke versus Birmingham. 4 points and 2 clean sheets so far this week for Birmingham. Continues John Eustace's, easy for me to say, impressive work. Stoke ended their losing run, but it was at Wigan, who we know have been struggling themselves badly these past few weeks. In terms of which team is further developed, well, that would be Birmingham. I just wonder whether home advantage for Stoke is a bit of an equaliser here. Sorry, Eula, I think I'm down the middle again. Draw! Middlesbrough versus Bristol City. May as well flip a coin for this one. Borough still very early into the Michael Carrick run. Bristol City, predictably unpredictable. Fingers crossed, though, it could be an attacking one with goals, with this Carrick 4-4-2 seeming to be the way he's going. And maybe Bristol City could revert to their fun free-scoring antics of a month or 2 ago. We can hope. Christ, no idea on this one, guys, honestly. Let's conflate the Carrick and the home advantage factors. So, with zero confidence or logic, I'll back Middlesbrough. Home! Right, that's my 12 in the record books. Again, quick deadline for you lot as we're off and running tonight with a TV game. So get involved as a matter of urgency with your predictions down there in the comments. As ever, all predictors who do get involved in those comments will have their bravery recognised by a lion emoji in their replies. What an honour. Come on, get involved. Those utterly dreadful people who want to be wise after the event, you're going to get a mouse emoji, and you damn well deserve it. And don't make me do it. The clown is coming out for those people who think that my prediction actually reverses their team's result somehow. I will use it. Don't tempt me. Thank you guys this week for being so patient. It was really bad with COVID actually last weekend. It's gone through the whole family as well. I'm still not quite right, but hopefully the content is back, and I'm talking some kind of sense at some point. I'd love to get your views on Liam Rosenior and his arrival at Hull. So you can click up there to see my views, and why not get commenting with yours?